Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Key and Joseph Gavin podcast.
Hooray.
The podcast name is funny because I am Key and Joseph Gavin, but I am also joined by Joseph Brian Fanagrossi.
Hello.
And Gavin King.
Please, Key and Joseph Gavin was my father's name. Call me CJG. Is that the right letters?
Your father's name is James.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of sick, though.
Wait, what?
There's so many variations. James, Jimmy, John.
John is not
Jimmy
a variation
John.
of James.
Jimmy John.
Jimmy is
I
the
should get a
best
sandwich.
one, specifically
Yeah.
because of Jimmy Loicano.
Yeah.
And we also
Jim-
have Anne
I'm
in the
We
background
are
in case you hear
20
anything.
seconds into the first episode of the podcast that Jimmy Loicano has already been mentioned. Woo!
Fans at home,
Speedrun.
get your Jimmy calendars out.
Can we make a Jimmy calendar? Can we sell that as merch?
We probably have to get in contact with his legal.
I don't think he'd care.
He might.
I don't know who this is. I'm just envisioning you guys made up a guy and are
Jimmy?
now trying
You
to
know
make
Jimmy,
You
Gavin.
know Jimmy.
Jimmy O'Connell.
Jimmy
Loicano.
Loicano.
Oh, I thought you said... Okay, but I heard Jimmy Lloyd Connor. Like a middle name.
But yeah, Anne is in the background playing Minecraft in case she's our audience.
Are you winning, son?
Yes. I've not.
And Anne is our Jamie. Like, she's here to look stuff up.
Yeah. Jamie, leave. No. Stay.
No, wait, no.
No.
Are you
I like
telling
Jamie.
Jamie to leave because she's a black gay woman?
I would never.
Gavin gets
Solidarity.
canceled a minute into the first episode of the podcast.
Actually, a
Gavin is stay winning.
All right, well. Shut up.
My name's Gavin.
My name's
He
Kian.
said the thing.
No. It used to be, my name is Gavin. I've grown.
You
my
just-
name's Gavin.
Oh, we're using
More
contractions now.
I don't know.
Alright, so the point of this podcast is we don't think there's enough podcasts of three white men talking.
I agree.
And I think we really need to fill that void.
We just need to, we need to increase the numbers.
But here's what makes it special. One of us is different than the others. One of us is tall, and it's
Oh.
Gavin King.
I'm in a bungee chair. I'm doing little sit work. I am wearing big boots. I need to get... I like these boots, but they make me too tall. I am like...
do they give you that much?
Yes.
They-
So also
I
have
mean, look at 'em.
inserts. I also have inserts.
Why do you have inserts?
So that feet... I'm wrong.
Oh my god.
In more ways than one.
Barbie would hate Gavin.
Barbie would
That's
hate
true.
Gavin. Gavin is not gonna... Speaking of that, did you see they released a Christmas version of I'm Just Ken?
Ho ho ho.
No.
It's like better than the original, I think.
Jamie, can you pull this up?
on the computer.
On
Yeah.
something.
Actually, I will pull this up.
Jamie is
Thank
working
you.
on pulling that up.
Jamie has no technical literacy.
she has never seen a computer before.
Wait,
Whose mommy left daddy because he wasn't Santa Claus. Ho ho ho.
we have I'm Just Ken.
Is it the Christmas version?
Yeah.
Say it to
Okay.
me clearly.
The music
Oh,
video
oh, oh.
starts with like 2 minutes of him and Mark
I
Ronson
figured
just
as
talking.
much. I'm gonna try to skip
Mark
it.
Ronson?
Mark Ronson is the producer on this.
Okay.
What?
Alright.
Why?
But yeah,
Oh
Jamie,
my Lord.
you're welcome to come over and
Yeah,
join
you
us
can- you can
so
bring
the
that over.
audience can hear it and we can
Yeah.
get copyright striked.
Alright, I'll stop playing Minecraft so I can.
You can play Minecraft until you're called upon, but right now you're being called into action.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, here we
Being
go. Let's get this
drafted.
going.
Doesn't seem to matter. Sorry, that's me.
Alright, stop chatting. They're just kind of having a little chat.
Audio listeners, we were trying to play
Here we go.
audio.
Here we go. We'll just listen to a little bit.
I like the set.
Yeah, that's good.
Is that Ryan Gosling or Mark Ronson?
That's Ryan Gosling.
I'd say that's good enough.
But yeah, that's the
Yeah,
basic.
you get the point. It's
Yeah.
Christmas.
Thank you, Jamie.
I quite like
Thank
that
you.
version actually.
Yeah. It
So are we
sounds.
gonna
It sounds like a.
It
fun
sounds
song.
like a real song.
Yeah.
Like it's not a joke anymore. It wasn't a joke to begin with.
It
But
was
like,
a good song in the first place.
Yeah, no, it's
also,
not my
are we
playlist.
referring to Anne as Jamie like forever now?
Do you know?
can.
That's my name. I'm confused.
I'm gonna get.
Have you ever
I'm
seen
gonna
the
keep
Joe
calling her
Rogan
Anne.
podcast?
Are you a big fan?
I have not, but I know what it is.
The guy
Colin-
he gets to
Colin.
pull up all this stuff is named
Oh.
Jamie.
Yeah.
I thought she's a girl. Jamie.
It's
No.
a
I
guy.
thought
It's
it
a
was for,
guy?
like,
It's a
guy.
girl for Howard Stern, but I don't know her
Wait,
name.
no,
I don't watch Howard
I
or
thought-
listen to Howard Stern.
I thought there's a girl that like Joe Rogan will like turn to every now and then and be like, "Isn't that right?" And she's like, "Oh yeah."
I'm almost confident Jamie is a guy.
I'm pretty sure Jamie's a
Let's
I
guy.
don't-
fact check this.
Jamie, look this up.
This is gaslight.
Actually,
What
Jamie-
woman associates with Joe Rogan besides?
That's what I'm
like-
saying. Like I don't.
Is Joe Rogan married?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
He was in
Jamie, pull that up,
Dodgeball,
too.
a true underdog story.
Wait, what am I
Well,
looking
that's
at?
nice.
So proud of him.
Who is Joe Rogan's like producer? Let's go with that. Who's the producer of JRE?
Yes.
Jamie.
Jamie, is it a man or a woman?
Okay.
Let me
drum roll.
see how many.
Drum
Wait,
roll,
drum roll.
please. In the case of how old is- I don't know. In the case of 20-something-year-old Jamie,
What?
the gender of Jamie is
What?
in fact male.
Surprise.
On my phone, I have a notes page that is just whenever I see a
JRE license plate.
Yeah, a license plate that starts with JRE, standing for the Joe Rogan Experience.
Obviously.
I list it down. I have 13
Nice.
listed. I got one yesterday that I had never seen before. It's like catching a new Pokemon in Pokemon Go.
Alright, well, tonight is a very special day for all of us because we are in my basement.
That's true. We are
Yes.
all here sitting together.
This is within
And-
24 hours of JB getting back to the promised land.
24 hours ago, I was pulling into the train station.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
hold on. Before we get there, let's explain the setting for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, and others, we'll be watching a Christmas movie tonight.
That is true.
And I definitely over-invited.
How many people did you invite?
It's not how many I invited. It's how many are going to come. Because I invited people, and then they'd be like, I don't know if I can, or I don't think so. So then it'd be like, okay, just mark them down like an X or a question mark. And the question marks were like, okay, I'm expecting them to possibly, like, say they can. But
Yeah.
the X's, I was like, no, they're not.
X's is definitely not. Do you have
Yeah.
like a list?
I had a list until today, because I started inviting people, like, yesterday, because
Uh-huh.
I waited until the last second.
As you do.
Today is, what's today?
It's the 21st.
Yes, the 21st of December.
Yeah. And I started inviting, like, people last night, but I told people about the idea.
You told us like last week.
Yeah, about a week ago.
As you do.
And
Sorry.
I have had several people change their minds within, like, the last few hours of if
As
they're
in,
coming
like, say,
or not.
actually, I can come.
Yeah, actually I can come, or actually I can't, but a lot of them switch from I can't to I probably can.
Okay.
And one of them, not to name drop, but one of them was Gabe. Cause,
Not to name drop, but Gabriel Plata.
Because I can't, he's never going to hear this. Who's going to send it to him? He doesn't have social media.
Oh, that's true, he doesn't.
If you're hearing this, Gabe,
I'll make
I don't
sure to send it to
associate with the
him.
hate.
If you're hearing this, Gabe, I'm not hating on you.
If you're
I
hearing
just
this,
thought
Gabe,
it
this
was
is all
funny.
Kian.
Here, I'm actually gonna... I can pull up the text because I forgot. This is being recorded on my phone, but I can record and look at stuff.
Oh, yeah, you can do that. I think, right?
Yeah. Okay, so he said, I don't know if I'll be able to make it.
Okay.
And
Totally
then at
reasonable.
3 o'clock, he says,
Which was 2.5 hours ago.
yeah, my plans have changed, so I can come, but I might be a little late.
Okay.
I said, Coolio.
Great.
And then he said, and then after I said Coolio, 30 minutes later, he goes, I'll try. And then I'm like, I'm walking into a store to go buy like those snacks you see on the table, and I just go, what? And he says, it's not confirmed yet. And I was like, okay.
This is the most confusing interaction.
No, that's the most normal Gabe interaction.
That is a good point. All Gabe interactions are like that.
He says, I'll try, like a man being drafted to war.
Yeah.
I'll try my
After
best.
he'd said, actually, it's confirmed I can come, I'll just be late.
Well,
I was
But he's going to try, because he
Yes.
doesn't know.
Gabe, we love you, though.
Yeah, Gabe, if you're hearing this,
I believe in you.
good job.
Yeah.
I don't know
Or
what for. But,
you suck, depending on the outcome. But you don't suck. You
well, he doesn't.
muck ruck.
Muckrake, you mean?
Yes. Wait, is muck right? You muck. Abound.
Are we talking about like
Yes.
early 1900s muckrakers?
As you did.
Okay.
Muck savage. That's
What?
That's an Irish insult.
Oh, okay.
For what?
People who live out in the like country, basically like their version of hillbilly.
Okay,
Oh.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
It's fun
See-
to know that some things are universal.
Yeah.
Country people.
JB,
Yeah.
would you like to explain how you got back here yesterday?
Yeah. So, audio listeners or all listeners, because we only have audio listeners.
We'll have video at some point.
For anybody
Not
who
today.
doesn't know, at this point, I go to college in Philly.
He's also blue now.
I'm not
Audio
blue.
listeners, he's
No,
blue.
I am not blue. I am still the same color as I was.
He's tainted like a blueberry.
All right.
Double D double da.
So yeah, after my run-in with the Blue Man Group, I got on my train at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I went to New York first. I sat on the floor in Penn Station for an hour after I got there, and then I got on my second train at like 10:30. There's no chairs in the terminal. It's the weirdest thing.
Then climb onto a wall and perch.
I'm not gonna do that.
Not gonna perch? I thought you
No.
loved birds.
I do love birds.
Perch.
You know what? I told you guys it was a peregrine falcon, I think, but it was a red-tailed hawk that lives on the Temple campus
That's cool.
and like attacks birds and small mammals and leaves their corpses lying around.
Does it attack students?
No,
Can I teach it to attack students?
you could try.
I will train a peregrine falcon.
It was. I literally just told you it was a red-tailed hawk, which is bigger than a
Not
peregrine
until I
falcon.
get to it.
What? I don't know if you understand how species of animal work.
They call me Noah, the way I archangel.
MCC
Noah was
has
not an archangel.
He just had an arc.
Yeah.
Anyway,
MCC has nothing living on its campus. We suck. At least Nazareth has like Canadian squirrels.
what?
I don't know. They're not like actually Canadian squirrels, but I've only ever seen them in Canada.
Like about
where
red
they-
squirrels?
No, black squirrels.
Oh, black squirrels.
Nazareth has like 1 or 2 black squirrels. If Kira was here, I'd fact check with her, but she's not.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the regular city animals. Like we got rats, we got pigeons, we got sparrows,
We have rats at Target.
and then every once in a while you'll see the hawk.
Huh.
And we technically have an owl, but she's a captive owl because she's the mascot. So
Ironic that you're in Philadelphia and yet no eagles.
yeah, there's no eagles.
Boo birds.
Go birds.
Boo.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a Giants fan. He don't like the
Yeah.
birds.
Oh yeah, that's.
We'll get into football later.
We'll get into football. Yeah,
Well,
we'll
You'll
talk about
get your minute of
We
Broncos.
actually don't need to do that. There's no need for the football minute.
Yes,
Kevin,
there
your
is.
team is doing well now.
Who's your team again?
He's a Bills
I'm
fan.
football agnostic.
What does that mean?
It means
You believe that there is a football, but you don't know what
no,
it is?
It means I am technically a Bills fan, but I won't start being interested in it until the Bills get to the
That's
playoffs.
called a
You're a
fair. That's
bandwagon.
called a fair weather fan.
Yeah, that's called a fairweather fan or a bandwagon or a jackass.
I prefer the last one.
Yeah,
honestly.
the last one's pretty good.
I'm agnostic.
I have been a Broncos fan. I have watched every single Broncos game this season.
I'm sorry.
What?
What?
What'd you say?
Nothing.
What did you
Audio
whisper
listeners.
seductively into the microphone?
Audio listeners, Kian just spoke the code word. Sleeper agents activate.
Uh-oh. Audio listeners, that is the sleeper agents running down the stairs.
Audio listeners, that is a moose. There is a moose on the
Audio
loose.
listeners, there is a moose in the studio.
This just turned into like that one episode of The Office where they're all like, Dwight did this, Dwight did that, and then somebody's just like, Dwight is cutting my head off with a chainsaw. Thank
Maybe
you.
you
That
should
was
assume
probably
I've
really
watched a
loud.
television episode.
Good.
Okay.
It's supposed to be
Anyway,
really
I
loud.
never finished my story about my journey.
Good.
So I leave New York, and I'm on my way to Albany, where the train stops for a little bit, and you can get out and stretch your legs, whatever. At a stop, I think maybe Croton Harmon, or maybe the one before that, a guy gets on in kind of like a military uniform, so I think he's probably coming from like West Point or something like that. And he sits next to me,
Audio listeners, salute the podcast.
and he
On the
sits next to me.
podcast.
At ease.
And we're just sitting there for a little while. We get to Albany, and I turn to him and say, "Hey, I'm just gonna get out. I'm gonna get something to eat in the station. He goes, oh, yeah, sure. So I get off the train. I go get...
Wait, you said that to the guy?
Yeah, because he was sitting on the outside.
Oh.
So I had to I had to scooch past him. So I get myself a tuna salad wrap and a Dr. Pepper
Boo.
for $13.
Wait, no.
L soda.
Let's dive into that.
I'm sorry, L soda, Dr. Pepper. What is wrong with you? Dr.
Okay,
Pepper,
well,
Dr. Pepper is not
we'll
soda.
come back to that after.
No,
Just
no.
just let's get through the story.
Fine,
We've already
okay,
interrupted
yeah,
it.
fine.
Oh my god.
We'll deal with this later. That's a terrible opinion. Anyway,
Wah.
I come back and I sit down in my seat in the train, and he's not there. I'm like, okay, maybe he got up too. Well, I'm sitting there for like 5 minutes, and the conductor said that we needed to be back in our seats by 1:10 because the train was leaving at 1:15. And 1:15 rolls around, and there's no sign of him.
Continue.
Audio listeners, Anne just opened a
Sour Patch
bag
Kids.
of Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah.
Wait, are they watermelon?
Those are the
Yeah,
watermelon.
You gotta give me one.
Okay. All who want one.
Okay, I'll just put a couple and I'll hand them out.
I'll eat the floor one.
Oh. Gavin,
I'm used to eating things off this floor.
wait, catch.
Oh.
You know,
Audio listeners,
with your mouth.
Anne is doing the coolest thing to ever have happened. And is throwing
You
a
bounce off
watermelon
this
into Keen's mouth, and JB intercepts, and it is
I didn't intercept it.
Boo.
He intercepts. He's taking it back to the house.
I just tipped it.
The train.
Yeah. So. Nice. She missed again, is what just happened.
They don't even.
And we leave. The train pulls out of the station, and I do not see this man for the rest of the trip.
Oh, great!
Gone with the wind.
So,
You got drafted.
then, I'm just on the train, we're just hanging out. At 5:30, we pull into the station at Rochester. And I'm on my way home. My uncle has picked me up. And he says to me, hey, you want to go stop at Taco Bell on the way home? And I said, sure. And lo and behold, who was at the Taco Bell?
A bunch of hooligans, a bunch of ne'er-do-wells.
By the name of Kian, Gavin, two separate people.
True. But
Zach
also one person.
and Caden.
Yes, the goats.
Yeah, and so
Well,
I said
can we-
hello.
Can we add that you knew we were there?
I did. So I did know that you guys were there because you had sent me your receipt. Oh, it was Gavin?
Wait. Okay, this is baseless accusation, except for the fact that I said I did this.
Okay, so Gavin has just admitted that he was the one who sent me his Taco Bell
No,
receipt.
this
It
is
is
off the
'cause-
record.
I'm normally the one to do it. But
Gavin, you can't just cover up the middle of the phone and expect it to not record audio.
This is off the record.
That's the only place where there's not a microphone.
God, legs for days.
What?
I wanted you to have the newest reward system for Taco Bell. I wanted to make sure that you would eat good. You look
Can
slim,
I-
Jamie. You look slim.
Can
You look slim today.
Can I pull up and figure out what Gavin ordered from Taco Bell? Ooh, I fell.
Can you?
I'm gonna find out.
but yeah,
It won't
normally
be under my name.
for the last few months, every time I go to Taco Bell, I tend to send JB my receipt if I order in the place. But if I'm not getting something and I'm with people, I make them do it.
Yeah.
And Caden also messed it up because he was supposed to put your thing in. He made his name Joseph and everything, and then he never put your phone number
So
in.
Gavin ordered 3 crunchy tacos and a large mug root beer,
You're damn right. Yeah.
and he used
I'm
a
an
gift
American.
card.
Yeah. Well, I use a gift card for 37 cents.
Well, it tells me that you used the gift card. So.
Yeah.
Well, didn't you use another one to finish it?
No.
Oh. Well,
This card.
speaking of root beer,
Oh, speaking of card, there has been a new occurrence in JB's life. He's
Oh.
no longer a cash-only business.
Yeah, I've had to migrate from a cash-only business.
This is
you finally got a credit card?
Yeah.
Or a debit card.
It's a
Is it
debit
credit or
card.
debit?
It's a debit card.
For which bank?
PNC.
Boo!
Because it's
That's
the
a-
bank that's in. There's an ATM in the first floor of my dorm room.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, why not ESL?
Well, that doesn't make
ESL
any
is
sense.
strictly Rochester only.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, yeah, what happens when you leave Temple, though?
I mean, PNC is a bank. It's a real bank.
Oh, I wasn't sure if it was just, like, Philly
Yeah, no, it's
specific.
a real bank. I think it's Pennsylvania National Credit.
Well,
No, it's Pittsburgh National Credit.
boo.
Yeah.
Fly, Steelers, fly. Anyways, speaking
What?
of soda.
Soda.
Dr.
So yeah,
Pepper.
let's talk about
Oh,
your opinion.
Oh my Christ.
So you don't like Dr.
mine.
Pepper.
I do not.
Why?
I just don't.
That's
It's-
weird.
It's yeah.
It's the best one.
Okay,
truthful.
let me say something here so people don't think I'm crazy. I have had
That's
Dr.
hard.
Pepper within the last year, but I haven't had it recently enough to describe why I dislike
Do
it.
we have Dr. Pepper right now?
No, there's no Dr. Pepper
Jamie,
in this
pull this
house.
up.
We are
Jamie,
But
we are a
Jamie had a
Pepsi
comment.
only family.
Yeah.
I just
don't
have
know.
something to say.
Oh.
And I know people are going to disagree with me, but Dr. Pepper is just barbecue flavored soda. And you
This is the
cannot-
most ridiculous
You
opinion.
cannot argue because
Anne
literally
just said
tastes
that
the proof
Dr. Pepper
right
is
there.
barbecue
Alright,
flavored soda.
So, Ann, you are either saying that barbecue sauce is not good.
I would say that.
I never said that. Some
Ooh.
things are just not meant to be put together as flavors, and that tastes.
Dr.
like
Pepper is
exactly
not-
that.
Dr. Pepper is a unique mix of 24 different flavors.
Yes, Dr. Pepper.
And that's exactly the
Dr.
problem we're having here.
Dr. Pepper was made to taste like the smell of a soda fountain.
That's right. Dr. Pepper was created by a chemist.
It is no real taste analog. It is beautiful. It is man-made, and it is American.
It is
goddammit.
beauty. It is grace. It is Miss United States.
I'm just a Pepsi guy.
You're not even Coca-Cola. Like, that's the other crazy part. Because Coke is better than Pepsi.
I think Coke is
Yeah.
too... Okay, here's the thing. Let me get through this full thought. I think Coke is too sweet, but one thing I've noticed is that if you're on the Coke and Pepsi debate, each side thinks that the other side is too sweet. I think Coke is way too sweet, and then I've heard, like, my family who are all Coke fans say that Pepsi's too sweet.
I honestly couldn't tell you why I like Coke better. I just know that I do.
I'm not saying there's a problem with Coke. I just prefer Pepsi.
I think I've noticed that what I can drink like whether it's like Diet Coke, Coke Zero, like I can drink all of them and like have a good time. But when it comes to Pepsi, Pepsi is fine. Diet Pepsi is a
Diet
different
Pepsi is
beast.
terrible.
I
It is
think
a
most
different
diet
beast.
sodas suck.
Yeah. Diet Coke is like addictive. That's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But, Diet Pepsi is terrible. The one thing I will say is I think I tend to like cherry Pepsi more than cherry Coke.
I don't like anything cherry flavored, but I love
Really?
actual cherries.
That's also crazy because cherry...
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait. Oh, Jolly Ranchers. I think they're okay.
It's not even the best Jolly Rancher.
I think... Well, it's not the best Jolly Rancher, but I think
The
cherry...
best Jolly Rancher is the
Grape.
blue one. Oh my god.
Grape?
Grape?
I'm a grape guy.
No.
Blue is second. Blue is
The
second.
blue one is the best one.
Blue is a very
Blue
close
is not
second.
overrated. Blue is very appropriately rated.
It's just I don't like sour stuff.
It's not sour, Gavin.
It's all that it is the color. It's just a blue.
It's blue raspberry.
Yes. What do you think of when you get a raspberry?
What do
No.
you think of when you see... What do you think of when you see a blue Jolly Rancher? Because I'll tell you. Breaking Bad.
Okay, maybe that contributes to why I like them, but that's none of your business, okay?
I don't even
We
know
just
what
figured
this
out JB's
Breaking
whole
Bad
thing.
you've heard of is.
Gavin, you know what Breaking Bad is.
I watched a season.
You know what it is.
No,
You've
I
watched a
don't-
season of the show. You know what happens in it.
sure. Tell that to the
Tell that to the audience, buddy.
Tell
Hey,
that to
the
audio
audience.
listeners.
What-
To the audio
listeners
listeners
feel
who will basically only be us and Anne at this point. We're about 23 and a half minutes
20,
in.
yeah, people are not going to
If
be
you
here
are
for 23
still
minutes.
here,
Comment
if you-
Jolly Rancher. Comment your favorite Jolly Rancher flavor
yeah,
and why.
if you're still here, comment your favorite Jolly Rancher flavor, or if you see me in person, come up and tell me.
Yeah.
Or
And
if you see me in person. I don't know how you're going to get to Philly. Or, well, no, because this will be out before I leave, probably, right?
Yeah, it should be, but also because there might be a target audience, like target coworkers.
Oh, because, okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that reminds me. I want to get back to this because I said it earlier. We have mice
At Target?
at Drive Up specifically.
What?
We have like a
in that little nook you have back there.
because we have
I should tell my mom.
what's
That'd
it
be really
called?
funny.
What's it?
For
What are
what?
they called?
Audio listeners, my mom spends a lot of time at Target, and if I told her there was mice, she might have a heart attack.
Like, it's not like in the store. It was just in our little area specifically.
So it's in the store.
Well, yeah, but it's just like we're the very front of the store,
Yeah.
and we are near nothing where people shop by, really.
Okay.
But like, it was one
But
of
they
our.
have to get through the mice to get to the store.
Not really.
The mice
We're
couldn't
I'd
evolve.
say
you
we're
guys are,
pretty
like, off to the
secluded.
side,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're secluded. But like one of our cupboards or whatever shelves, I guess. I don't know. They just found mice in there one day because people like to keep their food and drinks in there.
Living mice?
Yeah, I don't know how many, but people just like to keep their food and drinks in there, which probably not the best idea. But yeah, I think we got rid of them up until one night, like last week. It was probably an hour after I'd left because I left at like 10, and Ethan told me this. He said that they saw a mouse running next to the trash can, and then our coworker jumped up onto the table and squealed.
I do not understand people who are afraid of mice.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm not
I
afraid
think
of them.
I just
but-
don't get it.
They're
What is it gonna do to you?
they're puny
Scaly.
but cute.
Just
There's-
kick it.
Yeah, there's worse common pests that could occur.
I was sitting outside, and I was eating. I think I was eating a burrito from Chipotle. What is wrong with you? Anyway,
Autism.
and all of a sudden I feel something on my foot.
Sure.
I look down. There's just a mouse on my foot. A wild city mouse.
Okay.
I just kind of shook him off, and he ran away.
No, keep it. It's yours. You've earned it.
Normally
Maybe I
they don't
should-
scare me, but I don't want to touch them.
Okay,
If
well,
that
I
makes
guess
sense.
that's a valid point though, because
Yeah.
it's disease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
But
Especially-
if you're jumping on a table
Especially
and
a
squealing,
Philly mouse.
or Philadelphia,
yeah. You just reminded me of two things, though. One is, I feel like I've told you guys this before. The first summer I worked at Gentle's, we were winding down. There weren't many people in the store. It was just me and my boss. She was over somewhere. When I got there that day, she said, "Hey, one of the mouse traps just went missing."
how does that happen?
Well, let me get to that. She's like, so, not to say there is a live mouse with a trap attached to it running around, but there could be a live mouse with a trap
Evidence
attached
would
to it running
indicate that there
around.
is
Yeah.
a live mouse with.
So, I'm just in the corner. I'm like, have the registers in my peripheral, right next to a doorway that has no actual door, just like bagging carrots, chopping them up and stuff. And then next year,
Audio listeners, he just made a sound.
I think audio listeners
I think
understood
the audio
that.
listeners definitely heard that.
Yeah. So then, I'm the only one back there, and I look down. There's just a mouse with a trap stuck to its tail, scurrying across the floor. The mouse gets over a wire that we have on the ground, and the trap gets stuck. And I go, "Ah!" And I'm like, Amy, and I go like running for my boss, and then
You're a baby.
well, I don't know what the fuck to do. I was
Pick that shit up and throw him outside.
no. So then I get her, and she gets more scared than me. And then there's like a house right next to Gentle's where all the farmhands live. So then they were all outside having a smoke, and then she asked one of them, and they just picked up and were like, "Hey, little guy," and then they took him. I have no clue what happened to that
And
mouse.
then they took him.
Well, the thing is, if I just picked up and threw it outside, then it's just gonna come back in.
Well, it might get scared.
Where did they take him?
I don't know. These are the great mysteries of life.
Another good question.
Wait, who just farted?
Somebody farted? What?
Audio
Is that you
listeners-
farting or was that your shoe?
Audio listeners, it's squeaky down here.
Gavin, are you farting on the podcast?
Audio listeners, a little treat.
I'm not gonna be able to smell it.
Okay, anyway. The other story
The breeze
is Ocean
trucks.
City, Maryland vacation. My dad is standing on the beach with his feet in the water. Wave comes up. He feels something. Wave goes back down. There's a gigantic horseshoe crab on his foot. He
That's actually
picks it up and he flings it about 30 feet away back into the ocean.
Horseshoe crabs are harmless.
Oh, I know, but if one lands on
I
your
guess that's
foot with its they're not harmless. They're not going to attack you, but if that like big sharp tail they
Oh
have,
yeah,
yeah.
that's a good point.
they won't intentionally attack you, but they could kill you by accident.
I don't think they could kill you with that.
If
would
they hit
hurt,
you,
but I
if
don't
they
think-
hit you in the right spot.
No, it's not like a stingray.
I know, but
It was
like
on his foot.
if your heart gets punctured,
Okay, it was on his foot.
I know.
How is it gonna get?
I'm not saying it was going to kill my dad.
I got stung by jellyfish like that one time.
Climb up.
Jellyfish?
Yeah,
Some of my own.
You know I got stung by
my
jellyfish?
brother. Or I think you've told it, yeah.
yeah.
Never been stung by a jellyfish.
It's not fun. Cause you're sitting. I was in Virginia, and I was sitting in the water, and I saw what looked like a plastic bag float by me. I was like, "That's weird," and then I started getting itchy. And then I come to find out that there were jellyfish all over the place.
Oh, little jellyfish?
Yeah, like the moon jellies.
Box jelly.
Ooh.
No, those
No,
are
those are deadly.
no.
Yeah.
So yeah, then I had to get. My brother got it worse than I did. He was like crying.
He had to get pissed on.
No, we just had anti-ice cream that we just put on, and we called that a day.
So the piss thing is a myth.
It is.
Right?
It does not work.
The sicko that made that up.
Sigmund Freud.
Well, okay. It's not that it doesn't work. It is not especially effective.
But so it does work?
To the extent that, like, anything would work.
Audio listeners, JB is demonstrating.
Yeah, I'm pissing on Gavin right now.
Audio
I'm
listeners,
not pissing on Gavin.
I want to move away from this.
What are you talking about?
JB,
Yes, Ken.
1 minute Bronco talk.
Okay.
Starting now.
All right. So this week was kind of a rough one for us.
I
with
left
the
my phone
Broncos.
in my car. No, I didn't.
It's right there.
The Lions game was bad. The Lions game was real bad. Fortunately, if we win out, we still have almost a 90% chance of making the playoffs. So things are looking okay. It's Patriots, it's Raiders, it's Chargers. Actually, I think it's Patriots, Chargers, Raiders. I think that's the order. All very winnable games. So as long as we win all of them, I think we got a shot at the 7 seed. I don't really know if we're going to make it too far in the playoffs, but being in the playoffs is better than nothing, I think, at this point. I would call this year a success so far.
Who knows, maybe you get the Vikings in the playoff like the Giants did last year, and then we can both laugh at Zach.
Well, I don't think we're going to get the Vikings in the playoffs, seeing as that would be the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
That would have to be the Super Bowl.
How much longer
I forgot.
does the whole football thing have?
Beginning of February.
And listeners, welcome back. Thank you for skipping 1 minute.
Hey.
Thank Christ.
All right. Huh. I got reminded of another gentle story. I've definitely told this one
You
before.
probably have, but tell it again.
Our co-head farmer is a hunter. He comes back with a 200-pound deer one day.
Hey,
I
does
was
anyone-
unaware of this.
Does anyone know any people in the movie Hardcore Henry other than Tim Roth?
Are you playing games during the podcast?
You were on your whole football shit. I deserve this.
Okay.
But yeah, basically, he brings home this deer that he murdered. His house is also right next to Gentle's.
Mm-hmm.
And he proceeds to string it up on a tree that is in full view of anyone who parks there and cuts it open. And morbid curiosity took over me. Nobody wanted to go look at it because I was working with all women. Not to say that women are scared of it, but just like those specific women were.
And as a woman,
As a woman,
A 200-pound gutted
get him
deer.
on the podcast and make him drink Dr. Pepper.
No! Okay, anyways.
Leaders.
Yeah, so morbid curiosity took over me. And I go to, like, maybe get a peek. And then I just see the deer head sticking out over the roof of Gentle's. And I was just like, the prophecy has been fulfilled. Satan is here. We are all going to die. And then I walked away. I didn't want to see it anymore, but I ended up seeing it all anyways because I had to walk past it.
yeah.
So,
My neighbor's a hunter, and his garage has a lot of taxidermy deer heads in it. It's actually kind of cool.
Is it then?
What do
That
you
is
think you can make as a taxidermist?
A taxidermy?
Like
Yeah.
money?
How much
Yeah.
money? I don't
Yeah.
know, actually. Jamie?
It feels like
Average
Really?
taxidermy salary.
it feels like if you're in the right area, you could like make.
I think for a
If
lot
you're
of
a good
people, it's
one.
more of a hobby than a profession.
Yeah, how many... I don't think Penfield is like a professional taxidermist.
I'm sure there's somebody who does it like as a side thing.
Well, isn't there
Yeah.
Penfield trophies?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's like
trophies.
trophy.
That's trophy. Oh,
like
yeah.
like metal.
5,000
Huh.
a year.
50. That's not terrible.
Not bad.
That's solid.
That
For
is
doing
more
what
than
you
the,
love.
that is.
I know.
more-
If you really enjoy doing it.
that is more than the USPS.
If you do birds and large fish, you could get 81,000 per year.
Birds and large. Oh, because it's more delicate.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. Fish's a whole other ball.
we had to dig through owl vomit on my last day of biology.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's
It's
great.
not awesome. We had to like go through because when
And you
owl
had to look at what it was eating.
yeah
Yeah.
when an owl eats something, it basically like throws up like a ball of fur and bones. So then we had to dig through that ball and find bones and determine what it ate.
I think that's kind of cool.
Mine ate a mouse. I had a full intact mouse skull.
That's
That
sick.
is sick.
That is sick.
That is awesome.
It was kind of sick, but also in both ways.
You remember my snapping turtle skull
Yes.
from your grad party?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
still
saw
have
the
that.
photo. Yeah.
I still have the skull.
Yeah. Oh, but for audio listeners out there, I lost the Senate General Battle match because I couldn't remember a second movie that Bob Odenkirk has been in other than Nobody.
Gavin,
What's
the amount
what's
of
the
people-
Spielberg one?
who are still listening to the podcast at this point, even less care about what you just said.
No, I'm
Sure,
interested now
sure.
because I listened to Bob Odenkirk's autobiography, and now I'm trying to
Is
remember.
he in many movies?
Not
No.
too many, but I'm trying to remember what Spielberg movie he was in. Because he was in one.
I don't know.
Are you talking like Munich?
Jamie,
Yes.
what Spielberg movie was Bob Odenkirk in?
This is Necessity.
This is a necessity.
But he was more in like a Mr. Show. Oh, I think
Mr.
He's
Show,
a lot
he
of
talks a
movies.
lot. Yeah, Mr. Show was cool.
I love Mr. Show. Yeah, it's good stuff. One of the guys in Mr. Show was at the January 6th insurrection.
That's
What's
great.
his name?
Yeah.
Bob
Odenkirk
Odenkirk.
or Steven Spielberg?
Bob Odenkirk.
What
No,
Spielberg movie has Bob Odenkirk been in?
Whenever I play the San Antonio battles, which audio listeners, that's it's basically 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but I kill you in it.
What?
Kill you.
Yeah, it's 1v1 and I kill.
Yeah.
I've got an 11-8 win-loss ratio right now,
Do you
which
have
is
the movie?
Yes, I do.
impressive.
The Post.
The Post.
17.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know what that is.
It's about the
about
Washington
Post.
Post
Yeah.
like exposing the Nixon being
Oh.
a bad guy before Watergate
Yeah.
happened.
I think Brian.
I was about to say I
Cranston's in it.
remember that, but I was
Maybe.
not there.
I know both the guys, like
Yeah.
Bob Odenkirk and the other guy from Mr. Show are both in
David
it.
Cross is in it.
I think so because he talked about like nobody noticing that they shared a lot of scenes where they were just like standing next to each other except for him and David Cross until the end of the movie, and someone's like, oh, this could be an issue because then they're just gonna think we're like trying to bring back Mr. Show.
And they did. The guy on Netflix. Yeah. Truthful. Yeah. JV is sitting all quirked up like audio
My
listeners.
back hurts.
Quirked up,
So
a
I'm
little
sitting
bit
like
of
this.
sauce,
Actually, I could turn my chair around.
minimal amounts of sauce.
Audio listeners, I just built a horse stable and it's entirely paid.
That's
I
so
think I deserve
that's so cute.
$1 million.
Round of applause.
Oh,
Yeah.
round of applause.
Yeah. And just built a horse stable.
In Minecraft, I'd like to
In
clarify.
Minecraft.
Not in real
Um,
life.
In real life too.
It's true.
Okay, so
Brag or anything.
should we get to the
The meat and
Gavin
potatoes.
section?
The Gavin section? Alright, throw out the Gavin section.
All right.
Yeah.
Am I explaining or are you?
Yes, because I still don't know how to explain.
Okay, so
shit.
basically, the Gavin section is Gavin's idea was, well, listen, while there is definitely a gap for an audience of, podcasts with 3 white men, we still need something that defines us, just to make sure we are the best podcast of 3 white men.
Obviously.
It's truthful.
And his idea was we have to find like the most niche thing that all of us have done between episodes, but let's just say in the last week, because first episode.
Right.
So, yeah, let's get thinking, boys.
All right. Has anyone started wearing hats?
No, I don't wear hats because of my hair.
Beanie.
Yeah.
Does that count?
Yes, that's a hat.
I started wearing
Yeah.
beanies more recently.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
ditto.
don't wear hats.
Yeah.
Ooh, JB
You,
sucks.
you would look in a visor. Get you in a visor.
I'm not. No, I would look stupid.
Yeah, your hair is just like peeking out over the top. Mommy, why does that guy look so dumb?
I don't know. What
Who here has watched Home Alone 2 in the last
I have
week?
not seen
No.
Home Alone 2. I
Unfortunately.
have not seen Home Alone 2.
You've
in probably a
never
couple years.
seen it?
In a couple
Okay.
years, I think. It's been a
Okay.
while.
How many times have you guys been to the library in the past week?
Ah, damn it. I was gonna go today
I
and
don't
I
think
forgot.
I have any library.
You've gone 3 times, right?
4 times.
Fucking-
If you include the Fairport Public Library, which it's debatable.
I just had an idea.
have
What if
any
we
of you
never
guys-
have a special guest on the podcast? We just have a special producer who sits in the corner, plays Minecraft, and looks stuff up for
That
us.
would actually
Yeah.
be hilarious.
All right. Anyways.
Have any of you guys seen a show this week, like a play or a musical?
Oh,
I don't know why I even asked
this
that.
past week, I think Jekyll was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you've stepped foot in PHS in the last week. Me and
Raise your
Gavin raised our
hands.
hand.
Yeah.
For what?
We just took a little dip in.
Caden wanted to go see it when we were hanging out yesterday.
And you were just allowed to?
They had a basketball game going on.
Oh,
So we just walked in, and I was checking if doors were locked, and they all were.
yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
It wasn't surprising. I just wanted to see if I could go meander on the off chance somebody forgot to lock it. I'm like that one guy, G-Fed, who just walks around college football stadiums until he finds an open door.
I've seen the guy who tries to stay in the NFL stadiums as long as he can before they kick him out.
I think it's the same
Is it
guy.
the same guy?
Yeah, he does that like everywhere.
Have any of you guys had an unfortunate occurrence in a porta potty?
Gavin, why were you in a porta potty?
Well, that's I think that's the least intrusive question. you
I'm
could
imagining
ask.
that you like shit yourself or something.
No.
But
I was
I'd argue it's worse.
Yeah, so I was. So I.
you
had
know
to-
about this?
I was there.
I
Yes.
was also there.
I went to a porta potty because I had to piss, and so
Are you sure about that?
yes.
Okay.
So I started pissing, standing up. This is important. I'm not going to go into further detail. Well, no, I can't.
I think you.
I can give more
Yes,
detail when you're done.
Yeah, so I was pissing, standing up, and the door opens behind me, and I hear a screech. The door closes, and then I just keep on pissing.
So this is where I'll take over. We were at the ice rink, but before we wanted to start, Zach and Caden walked away. Gavin went to go pee without really saying anything, and me and Ann noticed, so we turn around and we're standing waiting for him because we don't know which one he's in. So we're standing in the middle. And then this girl's just going by. She's like checking porta potties to get into one. She gets to the third one in the row. It opens. I see a body in there barely through the crack of the door. And I see... Me and Ann are looking at this directly. The girl just goes... "Ah!" And she puts her hands over her mouth and walks away. And then me and Ann are like, Are you okay? Are you okay? And she's like... There was somebody in there. Oh my god. And then it's like, she's like, can I just hide behind you guys when they walk out? And we're like, sure. And then
he walks over.
No. And then I was like, wait, so was it a tall guy by chance? And she goes, yeah. And I go, oh my god. And she goes, was that your friend? And I go, yeah. She's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's not your fault. You didn't lock the damn porta.
Why is she apologizing to you?
It was a confusing porta potty. It's not like one that I've seen before.
I
To be
really
fair,
don't think they're
they
confusing.
seemed
Yes.
they think because when she inevitably like realized she could just like walk away, she went to a different porta potty and she also had trouble locking it.
Or maybe they're just both stupid. I don't know.
Like it's not sort of a knob. It's like really far down. Like it's like if I'm standing up, it's where my knee is.
Okay.
Gavin is tall
And
for audio listeners.
It's
who've
like
never
I
seen
have
him.
to like struggle to push it in. So I did push it in afterwards. I realized the whole someone just walked in might be. So does that happen to you guys?
No,
It's
I
never
cannot say.
not happened to me.
That has happened to me,
That happened maybe in second grade.
especially in the past week. Actually,
Yeah.
All right, give it time.
So
It's only Thursday. Get your money up, fool.
I mean, we've all
I'm fine.
been to Taco Bell. We can
we
say
have all
that
been
at
to
least.
the same Taco Bell at the
Yes.
same time.
But let's try to get a bit more.
We already discussed that.
Yeah.
So that's something that we have.
That is something that we can rely on if we find nothing else. Raise your hand if you watched your football team lose a game, or just say I guess, if you watched your football team lose a game this week. I.
I didn't watch a football game.
You suck.
I also am a Bills fan.
Didn't you guys win?
Yeah, I think so.
Have
I
you
think I
guys
watched some of it.
have you guys spoken to anyone from another country this week?
No.
Hold on. I think so.
Oh, well, Gavin already said no.
Oh, well.
I don't
Hold
think so.
up. Wait, not even like a Canadian? Someone from Jersey, maybe?
Not particularly.
I have.
Oh, a friend's Canadian mom asked me for help with MuseScore.
So you talked to her?
Project. Yes.
Okay, there we go. We've all talked to somebody
Yay!
from a foreign
Yes.
country.
Well, I think it was a week or 2 weeks ago.
That's fine.
We'll
That was
take
a
it.
It's close. Yeah.
It's better than we've all been to Taco Bell.
Yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
what country my guy was from. He was my Lyft driver,
Ooh.
and he was from the Middle East somewhere.
Mine was one of the former GCC players who was a big United fan. And when we drew with them, the first message I got after the game was from him, and it said, "Suck my dick." He's English.
Oh, okay.
He's from
okay.
Birmingham, actually.
Oh,
Ooh.
Tommy Shelby type shit.
Slay.
Except his voice isn't that boring.
Birmingham.
Birmingham. My name's Tommy Shelby. My name's Harry Styles, and I'm from Birmingham.
I don't hate him, but I don't really like him either.
I'm gonna
Ooh.
bite JB's ankle.
Yeah. So indecisive. That's why they call him two phones, JB.
I only have one now.
Two phones.
What happened to the other one?
There was like an hour when I had two phones because I was switching phones.
And what did you do with the other phone, JB?
It's sitting
What did you
on
do
the-
with the other phone?
It's sitting on the table.
Whose number is on there? I swear to God,
Nobody's
JB, if you're
anymore.
trying to pull anything on me, your loyal wife of so many years.
Gavin, what?
Two phones, JB.
How long has this podcast been going on?
45 minutes.
All right, I feel like this is probably...
Yeah, Gavin has clearly shown
Gavin has
signs
completely
of
lost his
mentally
mind.
I
slowing.
have killed the vibe, and I'm proud.
Gavin has
Um,
killed the President of the United States.
But yeah, let me give some expectations for this podcast moving forward, you know.
It will never happen again. I am
It may
resigned.
never happen again, who knows.
Possible.
We're probably just going to do it over Discord as much as we can and have actual video for that one. This one is just us sitting in a basement.
If I fix my computer camera.
Yeah, but you know, we'll get it going. We're gonna go watch a Christmas movie.
Woo.
Maybe thank you to Ainsley Knight for some artwork. I'm not sure if that'll be done when this comes out.
Okay.
Slay.
Because Ainsley said she's gonna do art and she seems very into it. We're very appreciative of that, aren't we?
I'm so proud of you, Ainsley.
I'm giving a thumbs up. Audio
JB is
listeners.
giving a
Yes.
thumbs up, audio listeners.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's not out yet. Slow ass motherfucker.
I thought we were appreciative.
JB is taking
Okay,
off his
well,
pants
I don't
again.
think you
I'm
understand.
not, my pants are still on.
You don't understand the dynamic I have with Ainsley.
Audio listeners, JB's fly is open.
Guys. it's
Audio
not.
listeners, can JB just wear some like relaxing clothes for once?
These are relaxing clothes.
Audio listeners, can he wear like some trousers?
These. First of all,
Some
Audio
Trousers?
listeners, let's get JB in some sweatpants.
no.
Yes. Do you want
Let's
to
see
switch?
this boy sweat.
You want to switch?
I'm not switching clothes.
Okay. Gavin is currently stripping.
Yeah.
Gavin's clothes are gone.
All right.
Audio listeners, I'm proud.
And
Yeah.
if
That's not
you,
my name,
Jamie,
Jamie.
sorry, yeah, whoever the special guest is will just be referred to as Jamie.
Yeah. And we might like make allusions to who it actually is, but we never explicitly say who it
Yeah,
actually
guess your special guest. My PS5 is going into rest mode.
is. Yeah, because you left it sitting there for like an hour.
I was charging my controller.
What?
Jamie,
What?
if you had to kill one of us.
JB.
What?
And with that, we are ending the podcast. Thank you very much. Everyone say bye.
I don't
Goodbye.
like this question.
Bye.
Audio listeners,
Say bye,
JB says
Jamie.
bye.
I feel like
Bye.
this is gonna be a recurring
Bye.
theme now.
Have a good
I'm a
night.
little concerned
Mwah,
about this.
mwah, mwah. Love you.
Now, hold on.